So you're thinking of buying a new home, but you're not quite sure where's the best place for you. Well, in today's video, this very windy video, I'm sorry for the audio, we're going to check out Bollinger, which is a brand new master plan community by D.R. Horton, kind of in between Lockhart and Kyle, Texas. They have very, very, very cheap homes, and they're kind of rolling the dice with building out here. So we're going to explore everything right now. Hey, Daniel here, your local Austin real estate expert. If you're thinking of buying a house, be sure to subscribe to the channel so you can stay up to date with the local real estate news. I tour a variety of neighborhoods out here in Maxwell, done Lockhart, do a lot in San Marcos, and then North Austin too. I'm kind of everywhere for this. So if you're thinking of buying a house in the near future, definitely subscribe. You're going to find some content that's going to help you out. I was actually a teacher for 10 years before I jumped into real estate. I was a band director. But the values I had from teaching really didn't change when I made the switch to real estate. Hard work, effective communication, as I mess up the word effective, and then just being honest and helping people achieve their goals is really what gets me out of bed in the morning. So it doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days. You can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. I'd love to help you make a great financial decision and find a great home that fits your needs. Awesome. So today, like I said, we're in Bollinger, and we're actually checking out this map first because this is a very new community and they have not built this yet. So this is their future amenity center that they're going to be building out here. You can see it has the resort style pool. They have the pavilion here. There's going to be some barbecue pits over here, splash pad for the kids here, playground, and then kind of a clubhouse inside. No gym. I asked them about that. I don't know why they're not doing a gym, but this is expected to be completed in May of 2026. And so typically when we have amenity centers, that gets more people to want to come out. And so that's why I wanted to do the video kind of early, is we're really, really early in this neighborhood, which typically means the lowest prices you're going to see in this neighborhood. They have two different types, and I'm sorry for the wind. I swear the rest of the video I'm not standing outside. They have two different types of homes that they sell here. They have these homes, which are 1-car garage, 20-foot homes, and they range from about $225,000 to $250,000. Really small, great for people who are renting and want to get into their first home and still have a low monthly mortgage payment, or investors. And then they have their more traditional 2-car garage homes. I check out both. I've talked to the sales agent and kind of saw what the incentives they have right now. 3.99% interest rate is a big thing D.R. Horton's offering. So really good incentives, get all your closing costs paid. I mean, it's a great market to buy, especially new construction, because they can help you with that interest rate. A couple other things about this neighborhood. We're in Hayes ISD. So from what I understand, Hayes ISD is more desirable than Lockhart ISD. Nothing against Lockhart ISD. Do your own research, right? Just don't take my word on that, but we are in Hayes ISD. That may be important to you. And this neighborhood has about 5 to 7 years more construction ahead of it. We're really, really early in the construction. I think there's 20 homes total that have been built, maybe. So really interesting. I'm glad I can show this to you guys who are thinking of buying, especially first-time homeowners who really want to get a low price and a low interest rate. This might be the neighborhood for you. So we are going to go check out one of the model homes. So I'll see you over there. What we're going to check out now is one of their skinny 2-story homes they offer here. They're really unique homes. This is the Lynette floor plan. There's only 3 floor plans available. And this is a 1-car garage, right? 1,419 square foot home, 3-bed, 2 full bath. And this is the model home, but these are listed at $250,000, okay? What that translates to is about $1,700, $1,750 a month for your mortgage payment. So really low monthly mortgage payments. So let's go check it out. You can kind of see more down the street there, all the 1-car garage homes. These are 20-foot wide homes, so really skinny homes. Really interesting. So we have this entryway here, place to kick off your shoes, and then lots of doors. We got our half bath down here. It's actually 2.5 bath, now that I'm realizing I said 2 bath. Your 1-car garage, which they have shown it as a workout area for the model home. They added epoxy flooring. It's not gonna come with epoxy flooring. So it's good to know what's included, what's not included. Here we have a large linen closet and then another closet space. So They did do a good job trying to give you lots of space to store things. And then this is our kitchen area and living area. So when I came in here, immediately I was like, this is kind of small. There's like, I'm used to bigger, single family homes, which this is a single family home. I would market this more to renters, someone who's living in an apartment, who just wants a little bit more space, a little bit more privacy, and not have to pay that much more. The price point here is incredible. So that's definitely the big selling point of why I would consider this property. And then for investors too, they do accept investors here. It's 10% down payment you have to do, and you're not going to get a 3.99% obviously, but you'll still get a lower interest rate going through their builder's lender at this point. But I see these more as people who are either investors who are wanting to become a landlord, or people who are renting, wanting to just take the first step into home ownership. This is a really good option for both of those types of people. So living room, kitchen, as you can see. This is just like a cheap laminate. You can see underneath it's just wood, okay? So be aware. When I first walked in, I thought, ooh, this is really, oh, never mind. I thought it was nice black granite, but it's not rock, it's just wood. Here we have just kind of the small stoop. So not a covered back patio. Decent amount of space though. You got a nice little yard here. So that's kind of what I'm talking about. And you can see like those are all the other yards. Because again, this is a model home. You can never trust the yard space is accurate. So it's definitely a step up for someone living in an apartment unit with a neighbor above and below them. Let's go check out upstairs. Everything on the wall here, right, that does not come included. That's for every model home. They're gonna add wainscot and stuff like this on the wall. That's not, that comes with a normal home. Here's the primary bedroom. Pretty good sized primary bedroom. Looks like a, excuse me. Looks like a queen size bed though, so king size bed might be a little bit trickier to fit. And then pretty good sized bathroom. So we have the single sink, again, not ideal, but price, right? Price point. Natural light coming in through the closet and kind of split into hers. So I think it's a good layout. I got Glade plugins everywhere through this model home. It's getting to me. You have your utility closet upstairs right here. I'm not the biggest fan of the dryer being feet from where I sleep, but as long as you're not doing laundry at night, it's not a big deal. I always complain about that, and then I think about how I live my life, and I don't think I ever do laundry while I'm sleeping. So I don't know why I complain about that every time I see it, but maybe you do, right? So it's important that you know dryer's right next to your bedroom. That could be a problem. Here we have just more storage, the linen closet, guest bathroom, so 2.5 bath. And then we have guest bedroom number 1, which they are showing it as a place to work out. There's a lot of workout equipment for these models. And guest bedroom number 2 with an actual bedroom, or with an actual bed, I should say. So there you have it. That is the Lynette floor plan. Again, they have 3 types of floor plans, so we're going to see if we can check out at least one of their inventory homes so you can see a different floor plan available. So I'll see you over there. So now we're going to check out a home that's actually for sale. This is their Robin floor plan. It's actually the smallest floor plan available, so that means it's the cheapest. This is listed at $225,000, so $25,000 less than the previous home. It is a 2-bed, 2-bath, 1,130 square foot home. So let's go check it out. And again, you can kind of see the street, a little street look. All of these homes are the 1-car garage variety, so you're not going to be right next to a 2-car garage. That'll help you down the road when you're trying to sell the property. It's the comps next door don't look, huge compared to yours. And from the exterior, it looks about the same size as the previous home. It's definitely much smaller when you walk in. So here we have the garage, same size garage, 1-car garage. Then we have our half bath here, much the same as the previous home. And our pantry area. Here's the kitchen again. I really don't like this countertop. I think it looks great. I'm just talking quality of materials. It's just really cheap. And then looking at the amount of cabinet space, it's not much, because you have this. That's basically it, because that's under the sink. And you have a teeny tiny one right there, so not a ton of space for cabinets, right? Obviously this is a small home, so we know that walking in. Backyard's the same. It's gonna be the same, looks like, for all of them. You can see the bigger ones kind of jut out further, right? So you do get a little bit more yard space for this one. Check out upstairs. Honestly, I'm not that impressed. I really don't like the countertop. And the reason I'm harping on that isn't because I only want to eat on the best granite countertop. I see homes as investments. And so I'd be concerned if it's super cheaply made, well, how much return am I going to get when I actually sell the home in the future, right? So yeah, the countertop, I really wish they just went with granite or anything else other than laminate. It's just really cheap material. So upstairs we have our washer dryer here, just like the last property, the model home. And then this is your primary bedroom and bath. Smaller closet for this one. These are all spec homes, so you're gonna see the same materials. All right, all the bathrooms are gonna be the same tile, same flooring. That's how they keep the price low. Just less customization. Little storage area here, no shelves or anything, just space. Same over here. A bit more storage. This one does have shelves though. And then your second bedroom is here. It's a decent size, and it's a little small. So my honest opinion, if it were me as a renter wanting to buy a small home or an investor wanting to purchase it and rent it out, I probably wouldn't go with this, the Robin. I would go with either their 3-bedroom, and they actually have a 4-bedroom that I'm unable to see today, but those are the 3 they offer for this 1-car garage setup. The reason for that is just what I've learned from owning a 2-bedroom home is a lot of people don't want a 2-bedroom home. And so the reason for that mainly is after COVID, a lot of people work from home. So they expect a guest bedroom and a home office minimum, and then their bedroom. So minimum of 3 bedrooms. So it's just difficult to find someone who's wanting to rent out a 2-bed, or say you buy this and then 7 years down the road, you decide you want to go up to something bigger, you try to sell it. It's going to be tough to find someone who wants to buy a 2-bedroom house, used resale home. Not impossible, but it's going to be a lower price, right? And part of buying real estate is we want to buy something that's going to appreciate over time so that we make our money back. So that's my kind of 2 cents with these. I would probably not go with a 2-bed. The 3-bed, the model home, that would be a really good option. It's only $25,000 more. And in the grand scheme of things, your monthly mortgage payment, it's not going to be that much more, especially with D.R. Horton and their incentives. But this is if you are just tired of an apartment and you just want to get into a house and this is all you can afford, this is a great option for you, right? It's definitely better than an apartment in many ways. But if you can go up to that $250,000 mark, it's probably going to be a better investment in the long term. But cool. All right, so now we're going to check out their traditional homes over here. So I'll see you at the model home. This is going to be the Nicole model. So it's pretty windy. We're going to go inside quickly, so I don't have to keep listening to this, but I just wanted to show you the exterior of this home. This is the model home, and it's a Nicole. It's their largest floor plan here. It's 2,473 square feet. 4-bed, 2-bath, 2-story with a landing upstairs. And for a home, an inventory home right now like this, it's listed at $350,000. So let's go check this one out. 2-car garage, as you can see. Obviously there's going to be some things because this is a model home that are not included with the main home. Main things are, I mean, it's furnished, right? So none of this would be here. Anything that you see on the wall, right, doesn't come with the home. And then the lot size typically could be a little bit smaller, but we'll look at that when we check out those inventory homes. To the left here, we have our guest bathroom. Pretty good sized bathroom, really tall ceilings. And then guest bedroom. So stuff like that, right? You're not gonna get the shiplap wall. That's just what they put in the model to kind of showcase it. This would be your 2-car garage. For the model home, I can't get in there, it's locked. And then we'll go upstairs last. Really wide opening here. And we have this storage space underneath the stairs. Harry Potter closet. Pretty good sized living area. I do like showing model homes because you can get a sense of how furniture is actually going to fit in the space instead of just looking at an open, empty inventory home. It's kind of hard to gauge that, especially through a video, right? So you can see it's a pretty good amount of space that we have here. Plenty of walking space to get over to the kitchen. And then you can fit 2, probably 3, but 2 comfortably at this island. Check out this pantry. Typical corner pantry, good size. And then stuff like this, like these light fixtures, that would just be a recessed light when you actually purchase a home. Something you can do after the fact. And then back here, this is the correct patio size that you would get, but then you wouldn't get any of this in the home that you purchase. And then this lot size is going to be different depending on where we buy, so something to be aware of, but really good amount of space for that back patio. So we'll head upstairs. I know this plan really well because I just helped a client yesterday purchase a Nicole floor plan in Whisper South, which in San Marcos. So something to be aware of with D.R. Horton, and really any builder. They're gonna have products, right? And then they're gonna keep the same product neighborhood to neighborhood, you know, depending. So this neighborhood, they offer the 1-car garage type homes and the 2-car garage type homes. Whisper South only has a 2-car garage, so I know that Nicole is definitely one of the bigger homes available for D.R. Horton in general. So here we are upstairs, carpeted stairs. Sorry for the extra sounds coming from the TV. Really nice open landing here. Lots of space in this floor plan. And then you have your washer dryer upstairs, which is great, not having to walk up and down stairs while you're doing laundry. Linen closet. Again, the stuff on the wall that wouldn't come with it would just be a bare wall. We have our 2 guest rooms up here. A decent closet space for a guest room. Walk-in closet. And then second guest room. Just gonna be a copy of that first one, right? And then their shared bathroom. D.R. Horton's bathrooms all pretty much look the same. These are all spec homes, right? So they're gonna use the same materials for all of these homes. It's more of what layout you want and what price you want. And then this is where I think this home stands out, is the primary bedroom, very large, very, very, very large. And then the bathroom's nice, but this closet is stupid. So first, I like you have natural light coming in to the toilet area. That's great. Most homes don't have that, but then you could live here. There's 2 windows in this closet. It's crazy. It's a crazy amount of space for a closet. So it's a big selling point. It's why Nicole's one of their most favored floor plans, is because this closet is just massive. So cool, there you have it. That is the Nicole. So now we're gonna check out an inventory home for the traditional. This is the Hannah floor plan. It's 2,036 square feet, 4 bed, 2.5 bath, and this is listed at $310,000. Usually it's listed closer to $331,000. This is one of D.R. Horton's homes of the week. It's basically their discount homes they're trying to get off their books, so they lower the prices. They usually have 2 or 3 in each neighborhood. So that's why this one's $21,000 lower. So let's go check this one out. So you can see where we are. They have a lot of building to do, right? And then this is actually gonna be a main road to get to the entrance. The entrance is over there, so it took me a while to get over to this spot. Definitely one of the first homes to be built, this whole street. I love this exterior. I like the green and white. It looks really great. It is definitely cheaper materials, right? You can see it's all hardy plank, so we're not getting any stone or brick that you may find in other neighborhoods. Again, that's just to keep the price down a little bit, but some people really want stone or brick. You're just not gonna have that option here, it looks like. Kind of a small front patio space. And we have this nook here with a coat closet. I like how this is kind of out of the way. Put a bench here, get your shoes off. It's just out of the way. And then we walk down our main hallway. Half bath right here. Pretty good size half bath. And then it opens up to our kitchen and living room. So nice granite countertops, thank you. Nice single basin sink, right? Large single basin sink, I like those. And then lots of cabinet space in this home. And then appliances we can negotiate to get those added in. That's not a big deal. Here's your pantry, cut off a little bit because it's underneath the stairs. And we have our utility room over here, off of our 2-car garage. Not the biggest 2-car garage. You can always tell by how much space between the door and the wall, because a 2-car garage door is going to be the same width, right? So looking at that, it's not the largest, but again, you're never going to find the perfect house, right? This is a ridiculously low price, so you kind of have to give and take a little bit. There's some good things about this home, but there's some things that aren't as great as maybe a house 100,000 more, right? The garage is a little small for a 2-car. Opening up to our living area. And then really nice that, you know, getting a home early on like this is you are right on the green belt. So you're not gonna have any neighbors behind you. Really beautiful, peaceful back here. I was surprised by the size of the yard, I'll say. It's really small. It's smaller than the 1-car garage 2-story homes we were looking at earlier. So definitely not big lot sizes here. Something to keep in mind if you're thinking of buying a new construction and having a big yard is really important to you. You know, it might be tricky, not impossible, but tricky to find that in this neighborhood. Here's our primary bedroom downstairs. I love especially this one, just kind of, I would never put blinds here. I just keep this open all the time, because you're never gonna have neighbors looking in. It's really peaceful. And then typical bathroom, I mean, really D.R. Horton bathrooms are all the same. They're gonna have 2 sinks for the primary. You're gonna have this big open linen area. You're gonna have the walk-in shower with the white subway tile. You're gonna have a windowless toilet, unless you get the Nicole, right? There's like 1 or 2 floor plans that have windows there. And then pretty standard walk-in closet. So you've seen one, you've seen them all with their primary bathrooms. These spec homes all use the same materials, so I appreciate the granite countertops. I really did not like that they skimped on that for the cheaper homes, those 1-car garage homes. Going upstairs leads directly to the upstairs bathroom. All right, same materials. It's a decent amount of space. And then to the left here, nice open loft landing area, good amount of space there. And then first guest bedroom, nice little corner closet. They're all gonna have smart thermostats too. New construction homes are all gonna have that. Guest bedroom number 2, smaller closet space for this one. And guest bedroom number 3, smaller closet space for this one too. Something else sometimes I remember to say in these D.R. Horton videos, sometimes I don't. The light switches, these, not just D.R. Horton, some other builders do it too, but you can pull this off and you can change out the parts with, there's many things you can put in there. So it's all through like Amazon. Like you can just buy a part really cheap and make it a smart light switch that you can control from your phone. You can make it a dimmer. You can put on settings so it dims at certain parts of the day to help with energy efficiency. It's really cool. I like it when they have these smart, simple ways that you can adjust your home. But yeah, I hope this was helpful for y'all. You know, me going through this, and it's actually a nice view right here to kind of see Bollinger and kind of the state of it, right? So we're really early in the building process. That's a good thing and a bad thing. I would say the pros of buying in a brand new construction master plan community is you're getting in cheap, right? I live in a master plan community. I moved in 6 years into it being built. I live in Easton Park at Southeast Austin, and we have another 9 years of it being built, right? And I look at people who bought back in 2016, 5-6 years before I moved there, and they bought their homes when it was $250,000, and now their homes are worth $450,000. I'm like, they're so lucky. But it was a gamble. Like no one knew if it was going to continue. It's the same with a neighborhood like this. You could very well purchase this home for $310,000, and then in 5-6 years, it's going to be worth $450,000 because the amenity center is built out. There's more, I think they have an H-E-B about 8 minutes down the road that's going to be built in a couple of years. So there's going to be more things being built around here, but it's a gamble. It's always a gamble. We don't know what's going to happen with the economy. You know, we can't say for sure, yes, it will grow by hundreds of thousands of dollars in 5 years. It very well could, or it very well, maybe no one wants to move out here and it's slow and it doesn't build as quick as you want. So pro for me is it most likely, from what I've seen, that everyone's just moving to the Austin area. All these new construction neighborhoods are blowing up, right? There's so many homes being built out here. And typically getting in early, you're gonna get the best price. Especially if you do one of these homes of the week, you're gonna get a really good price. So that would be my tidbit for doing this. And then there's just good ways to get really good concessions from D.R. Horton. I've had success with this in the past of if you try to get the contract signed at the end of a quarter or at the end of a month. You know, it's a big company. They're the largest sales producing new build in America. So that was the weirdest way to say that, Daniel. They sell the most homes out of any builder. There you go. So it's a huge corporation, right? So you asking for, or me on your behalf, asking for all of your closing costs paid for, and we want the gutters installed, and we want the powered garage door opener, and we want all the appliances added, fridge, washer, dryer. And you know what? My lease doesn't end for another 4 months. Can you buy me out of my lease? I've literally done all of those things for a client with D.R. Horton. And then they said, sure, we'll do all that. Like they're just happy to sell the home if you're at the end of a month or end of a quarter. So there's definitely great things about the current market you can take advantage of. If you, again, talk with a specialized realtor, you can contact me. If you know a realtor that you trust, know, like, and trust, use them. But yeah, there's some really good things to look out for here in Bollinger. I feel like I'm rambling at this point. I apologize. It's been a long day of filming. But doesn't matter if you're looking to move in 9 days or 90 days, you can give me a call, shoot me a text, send me an email, or schedule a Zoom call. Be happy to help you make a smooth move to the Lockhart, San Marcos area. And until next time, I hope to see you guys around town.